Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Just 26 days remain until election day. The polls and odds are changing in the presidential race, especially in Pennsylvania, a swing state. The state of Pennsylvania, where the race is so close that it can really go either way, is the focus of a lot of time, money, and attention from former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. Following its victory over Trump in the 2016 election, the state cast its ballot for President Joe Biden in the 2020 election. With 19 electoral votes, Pennsylvania is one of the most important battleground states likely to decide the 2024 election. Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, and Wisconsin are also thought to be important for either candidate to win 270 votes in the Electoral College. The major query persists. Who will lead the United States as its 47th president? ABC News Project 538 shows Harris leading the national polls by 2.6%, with 48.6% of the vote compared to Trump's 45.9%. Pennsylvania polls show Harris leading by 0.8%, with 48.0% of the vote compared to Trump's 47.3%. And 270 Towin shows Harris leading the national polls by 2.7% compared to last week, when she was leading Trump by 3.4%. In contrast to her lead of 0.5% last week, Harris only leads Trump by 0.2% in the Pennsylvania poll. According to Real Clear polling, the betting odds favor Harris with a spread of +2.0 over Trump, compared to her +2.2 over Trump advantage last week. In Pennsylvania, Trump is now a +0.3 spread favorite over Harris, who tied him last week. The betting public is favoring Trump with odds of 54.3% over Harris with odds of 45.1% on Polymarket, a crypto trading platform, over Harris with odds of 49% last week. In Pennsylvania, Trump now has odds of 56% to 45% against Harris, up from 54% to 47% last week. VP Harris is driving previous President Trump by 4 among likely citizens as per a financial specialist YouGov survey delivered Thursday. 4% of voters are unsure, 1% support Jill Stein, and 1% support other candidates. Harris has a lead of 49% to Trump's 45%. Additionally, Harris has a 3-point lead over Trump among registered voters. 47% of the group said they would vote for Harris, while 44% of the group said they would vote for Trump in November. 1% of registered voters said they would not vote. 1% said they would be unsure. And the remaining 1% supported other candidates. Cornel West didn't get any help. In addition to 38% of independents and 6% of Republicans, 95% of Democrats intend to support Harris. 99% of liberals, 51% of moderates, and 8% of conservatives back the vice president. In addition to 40% of independents and 2% of Democrats, 90% of Republicans say they will vote for Trump. 88% of the former president's supporters are conservative, 36% are moderate, and 5% are liberal. The survey also looked at a candidate's favorability and found that 48% of likely voters think Harris is good, while 51% think she is bad. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, her running mate, was also viewed favorably by 48% of potential voters and unfavorably by 46%. Nonetheless, 90% of Harris electors said he was good, contrasted with 4% who said he was not. 46% of likely voters said that Trump was favorable, while 54% said that he wasn't. Senator J.D. Vance, a Republican running for vice president from Ohio, was viewed favorably by 47% of potential voters and unfavorably by 49%. 90% of people who planned to vote for Trump thought he was good, while only 5% thought he was bad. Participants were asked who they would vote for in their congressional district as the two parties compete for power in Congress. Participant support for Republicans and Democrats was equal at 45%, with 1% saying they would not vote. In addition, respondents were asked about the most pressing concerns, which included national security, the economy, civil liberties, and climate change. 22% of voters identified inflation as the most pressing issue. 14% identified employment and the economy. 13% identified immigration, and 11% identified healthcare as the most pressing issue on the ballot. From October 6 to 7, 1,604 people participated in online interviews as part of the poll. There was a 3% error margin, plus or minus. Gender, age, race, education, turnout in the 2020 election and presidential vote, baseline party identification, and current voter registration status were weighted in the sample.